G'day viewers, this is Troy from Troy's Visual Arts channel. Here's my latest update with my mechanical TV camera. And in my last video I got sorted out the motor issues and was able to drive this Nipkoff disc with the high powered motor, but it was drawing too much current. It was like drawing in excess of 4 amps. Well, I posted a message on the NBTV forums, and the problem was very obvious. I was using a pulley that was about the same size as the pulley on the spindle, which of course the motor has to work a lot harder to drive it. And yes, I was using this pulley here, and that's roughly about the same size as a pulley on the spindle. It's kind of like yeah, trying to ride your mountain bike in high gear. So they one of the guys in the forum suggested I use a reduction drive, which is to put a smaller pulley on the motor spindle that's yeah, significantly smaller than the pulley on the Nipkoff disc spindle. So that's exactly what I did. I actually didn't even think about that to begin with. I sort of, you know, just got whatever's at hand. And but anyway, yeah, I had to go down to J-Car and buy me some pulleys. So I bought myself a pulley set for about $10, and yep, has a kit, comes with adaptable pieces to stick on your motor spindles or your spindles or whatever you're driving, just so that way you can fit the pulleys onto. And yeah, I used one of these little pulleys and stuck it on the motor spindle. And on testing, it certainly did improve things dramatically. When I was driving it just with the resistor, it was driving at a much lower, a bit lower current of 3.4, 3.5 amps. Still too high, but when I connected to the speed control circuit, I can adjust it down low enough so the motor's not spinning too fast, and it's only drawing about, you know, 1 to 2 amps, and that's quite comfortable for that pair of resistors, which can draw 20 watt, can handle up to 20 watts of power going through it. Anyway, I'm going to switch her on. Yeah, I've got to overcome the inertia issues, so give it a bit of a helping hand. So yeah, now she's spinning. And I'm drawing about 1.9 amps of current through the whole entire circuit, which is acceptable to my standards, because those resistors won't overheat and smoke up, and that circuit can handle it quite nicely. Of course, I've adjusted the speed control on the circuit to go at that speed. Of course, I can adjust this up. Well, before I go on, yeah, another thing is I'm getting very low voltage across the motor from motor to earth. I mean, the resistor bank's taking most of the voltage, and the motor's only taking about 1 volt. That was a bit of a concern of one of the members of the forum, you know, so because these motors were meant to take about 12 volts, and it's only taking low voltage. But then again, I don't know. Either ways, it's working all right, so it's the main thing, I guess. But anyhow, getting back on what I was talking about. Yeah, the speed control. I'm just using a little trim point here. I can adjust the speed very low. It's Probably slightly up a bit just so it's just driving. That brings the a bit lower than that. It's a bit touchy. Either way, it's about as low as the speed can go for this disc to handle. Either way, yeah, it's pretty well low as speed it can handle it, and it takes about, you know, up to 2 amps. But I can adjust the speed up at max speed. It'll draw about something over 2 volts, and the current goes up to about 2.5 amps. It's probably a little bit much for the resistor to handle. Maybe just a bit over, or probably can handle it, I'm not sure, but it's still quite acceptable in comparison to bloody 4 amps. Yeah, the motor's not going to be, the Nicklock disc is not going to be running at that speed, of course. That's way too fast for NBTV standard. So let's just reduce it down. There you have it, running at a much slower speed. So yeah, I can. This is pretty much my course speed adjustment. I can just adjust it to an acceptable speed level, and that little transistor there that's also sitting on the heatsink, which is going to be part of the synchronization circuitry. That connects to the fine speed adjustment control, which is also driven by sync pulses, which will sync the motor to correct speed. But anyway, to my opinion, I'm pretty satisfied that this speed control circuit is good enough to be considered completed, at least the course speed control adjustment. It's running at acceptable, it's drawing an acceptable amount of current. It's not too high, and it's running at quite an acceptable speed, and the motor's not getting too strained and needing to draw too much current. And of course the belt's pulling the spindle quite nicely. So I guess I can consider this part done and can move on to getting the rest of the sync circuitry all rigged up. I'll of course make another post in the NBTV forums and get some opinions from the experts in there and see what they reckon, but as mentioned, I'm personally quite satisfied with how it's all working right now. Anyway, stay tuned for the next video. This is Troy from Troy's Digital Arts channel, signing out.